Okay, let's see. Wednesday morning, 15th of July, year of the pandemic. My morning mumbles walking with Pippa. We've been walking for 15 or 20 minutes. It's a gorgeous morning. It was nice and crisp, 13 degrees when got in the car, 12 degrees when we got in the village. So it's probably maybe 14 or 15 now because the sun is out, the clouds are gone. There are no clouds up there. And I think we're going to have a gorgeous day. And I think the high is around 25, which is, for me, just about as perfect a day as you can look out for. So Pippi's a little bit, what's the right word, animated today. She seems to be on a brisk pace, which is a good sign for an 8.5-year-old. She's done her business twice today, which is kind of routine. But anyway, she's going. So that's a good sign. And that's what keeps me going. So we're walking in one of the more mature residential areas, and you take a look, you see this place here with a BMW in it, and you got let's call it a decrepit garage up there, and then it's an old, I don't know what they call that, clapboard house. Anyway, it's certainly not as well looked after as so many of the other ones around. And here's an open lot that somebody one day might want to build in, let's call it the village, as opposed to the country of St. Sever. What do you got there, Pip? She's gone and pulled me over a few times today, so her nose is working overtime. So what's happening? Well, I caught about 2 minutes of the news this morning. The White House wants to get all the COVID pandemic information and will manage the release of the information. Oh, I wonder why. What's she barking at? I didn't see anything. Did she see a groundhog or a cat? Oh, look at her. She's definitely... Oh, there it is, a cat underneath that fence. She's just got the natural instinct. I hope the leash doesn't break. God, she's strong. She's about 85 pounds, and she puts it in four-wheel drive, and it's hard to hold on. Come on, girl. Oh, and there's another cat up in the front porch. So, anyway, my hunting dog, she's so funny. So the White House, the outhouse as I call it, because it's occupied by criminals, it doesn't deserve the respect and prestige that it once might have had. So the White House outhouse wants to manage the pandemic numbers. Gee whiz, I guess, well, that's how we'll get the real truth, isn't it? Anyway, school question, still lots of debate and whatever, and I see Canada and Quebec are still going gradually. Quebec announcing full face masks in enclosed spaces. I think they're about 2 months late, but the news right now is relatively good, except for the evidence of the bars scene, and I think even the slightest evidence of the bar scene should say close the bars. Yeah, I know, the bar owners and the related, they're going to suffer, but it's life and death. And even if you do survive it, you don't know. She's got her smell on going something here. Come on, this way, Pip. Gee, she's pulling me. Come on, girl, come. So it's just too risky. And especially if you got the kids and the asymptomatic, and I mentioned this before, and you get the teachers and you go home and you don't know if you got it and you spread it, and all of a sudden the curve starts rising again, and then it puts everybody back. And on the other hand now, I check in with the grandkids once in a while, distantly, these many months. School, remote, they're missing a lot. missing a lot, and particularly the interdynamics. Bonjour. They're missing the, the interplay and the pushing and the shoving and all that. And that's important stuff, especially at the formative years. So there's no question there's a lot to think about and a lot of, I guess, catching up that will have to be done once things get to an acceptable state. Tough times. And I know my daughter and her husband both are working from home since February, and there's no, last time I talked to Toby, she said there's no indications at all yet of any return to the office, let's call it, environment. Nothing that's being talked about that she's aware of. So working from home, for those that are able to do it, is going to become de rigueur. When I was with IBM, I started with them in 2002 and left in 2008, and almost right out of the gate, working from home or working remotely was the modus operandi. Mind you, IBM had the technology, or was custodians of the technology, as advanced as it is now, but back then they were pretty well the only place to go for remote collaborative technology solutions that worked. In fact, that was one of the things that I, as a part of a team, would be selling, things called Lotus Notes and collaboration capabilities. Video conference software. So working from home going to become more and more common, and the disciplines required to work that way, great. But then again, you lose that interplay, the interaction of face-to-face and the team spirit that goes with it, especially if you're a project-oriented let's call it a work team. Pippi, you're pulling me again. Pip, come. So the world is different. It's not going to be the same. Hopefully it gets back to safety of some kind, because that's what we need. We're looking for the safety. The vaccine front, there seems to be progress. So 6 months to 12 months from now, maybe there is a viable vaccine. Apparently different kinds of vaccines are being developed, each with their own, let's call it their claim of advantage. Anyway, for an old man, I'm working on my front door. I'm going to put the third coat of varnish on the interior surface, and then probably tomorrow start installing the hardware and build up the courage to start taking the framing and whatever apart so that I can install the door. I just dread the idea that when I take all that plastic off, I'm going to find I got to go and do a whole bunch of extra work that I need to make it look right. But the good news is I think I can do it because I got all the tools, I got the materials. I just don't have the experience in doing that kind of work. So, and because it's outside, I worry a little bit about, the dynamics of the seasonal changes and humidity and temperature and how that affects the wood over time. Okay, puppy. Anyway, a lot of mumbling going on today, again. Look at that sky. Look at that vista. We're going to have to find a way to go up there in those mountains and have a walk one day, Pippi. Hey? We'll go take a run at it. All right, we'll shut her down. Enjoy the sunny summer days. They feel like they're coming to an end sooner than we want. What is this, 15th of July? Yeah, halfway through July. August starts to feel different, but it feels different this morning. All right, have a good one. Hang in there, Billy. Bye.